Ashton Kutcher woke up in a vomit-induced state of delirium, staring down at his alphabet soup, which he had just regurgitated, and it spelled out the phrase, "Welcome to Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, baby."
That's getting edited heavily, sir, this intro.
Imagine. No, it worked. It felt so natural at the time.
It'll probably just be that phrase of Ashton Kutcher was Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling with Sean.
All right. Well, great.
And James. I was hoping you'd throw to and James.
Yeah, no, I felt too self-conscious about that absolute failure of an intro.
And James.
And James.
Shawnathan. This is wrestling related. I have started calling Socks, the cat who lives here, aka Henry, HenDog 20.
Hell yeah, let him know. Named, of course, after beloved Son of Havoc cosplayer, MDog 20, aka Matt Cross.
Who's also Son of Havoc.
Yes, what?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was why I was calling him HenDog 20.
No, here's the thing. He is a Son of Havoc cosplayer. They are two different people. It's shocking, I know.
Son of Henrik.
Son of Henrik is good.
Yeah.
Son of my heart.
Oh, Sean, where are you?
In my house.
Oh, you just switched up your setup.
Yeah, I got a different camera. It's in a different place now, and I think I like it. Yeah.
Because I've never seen any bit of this room. I could have swore your setup used to be on the other wall.
No, so it was just like, and shouts out to Alienware, partner of Torchyberry. Me and a friend went over to their place to play some Magic the Gathering, have a good old time, talking a bunch of shit. And like he had like a camera lying around from Movo. It was sort of like a Kickstarter he contributed to. And he's like, I'm not using it. And just kind of like sent me home with a camera. So like, I feel like I owe them a firstborn or like some sort of blood oath.
Ooh, maybe a CD copy of Firstborn's first album, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. That might be a nice little workaround. So I don't have to give them the heir apparent of my fortune.
I think I know what is actually happening. Your old camera or this camera inverted the image because it looks like your door should be on the other side of the screen.
No, that's correct. I have two doors there.
Okay, well, it used to be the other way around.
It wasn't.
I swear to God, this is not, because it used to be no, Sean, you're gaslighting me right now. You were in a different corner.
No, that's true. I'm not even Sean. I'm Swep MDog 21.
Okay.
I have nothing to do with MDog 20.
All right. I was going to also start calling Henry HenDog 420.
Nice.
Because he loves that dank sticky.
Hey, yo, what would it take for you to call Henry Hentai Dog 69?
Hentai Dog 69?
Yes. What would it require? How do I get you into this nickname for your cat?
It depends on how disgusted Nicole would be the first time she hears me call him that.
Gotta imagine she'll hate it.
Yeah, so nothing. You don't need to do anything.
Perfect.
I told on Height of Horror this week I've been swallowing pills dry in front of Nicole to disgust her.
Oh, wow. Ew. I mean, that doesn't... I don't know why that disgusts me. I haven't seen it yet. I hope I never do.
I've already taken my pill today, so you can't, bitch.
Give me my pill. I want that pill.
Give me my milk.
Man, if I had milk, fucker, would you tip me? Dude, my brain is not as healthy as I want it to be, apparently.
Hey, guys, today we are discussing episode 19 of Lucha Underground entitled Grave Encounters.
Absolutely not. We are talking about milk and Meet the Fockers.
All right, guys.
Ben Stiller.
This episode's pretty freaking rocking because, hey, Sean, we got to get this one done pretty early today. All right, baby. And your brain cannot improvise right now, so don't try and go back to it. Yes, and don't think that's what you're doing.
Robert De Niro and Ben Stiller. I have grave consequences for the title.
Probably
I might have gotten that wrong. Interesting dark match. Shane Strickland, a.k.a. Swerve, a.k.a. or Isaiah Scott, and Willie Mack defeat El Mariachi Loco and Ricky Mandel, as well as a tag team of Diff Cobb and King Cuerno.
No!
Which is, I can't believe it. I know Cuerno lost in the dark match. Probably was not pinned. Looking at El Mariachi Loco and Ricky Mandel, that seems to be a beautiful team where one of those dudes can take a pinfall and make Swerve and Willie Mack look great. Can't wait to see those guys coming in soon to the company.
Would you buy the DVDs of this if they included all the dark matches?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, better get $80 ready, bitch.
Oh, do they include the dark matches?
I don't know. I can Google it later.
All right. Well, that's a good way to trick me into buying a piece of media I have no way of playing. I do not have a DVD player.
How do you not have, you don't have an Xbox. You don't have anything of that ilk.
Yeah, not really, no.
You don't have a minivan from 2004 that came equipped with 4 screens in the back.
Oh my gosh, I do have a minivan from 2004 equipped with 4 screens in the back.
But someone ripped out the DVD player.
I know.
That's the best. That's technically surround sound because you can put them on all the TVs and they all, no, I'm kidding. Not every TV had a screen. That would be very expensive. It just came out of the car stereo.
Best surround sound I ever had was me and all my friends learning all of the words to Shrek, so that when we watched it in the back of my friend's mom's minivan, we could recite along together.
Wow. You guys are nerd asses. It's insane. None of my friends were that into Shrek, but I see so many people now who absolutely love it.
Yeah, I don't know. They had a wrestling scene, so I immediately thought it was a good movie. I don't remember if the rest of it was.
Which is why you love nearly every single Hulk Hogan movie.
Oh, they're so good, because I love Hulk Hogan. He's such a good person.
I bet you would, if you saw Hulk Hogan, would you suckle on his TD?
On his TV or his TT?
Both, either. You better mute that telephone.
I didn't know if you would hear that.
You're like, oh no, Discord suppression failed me.
No, it is muted. Do not worry. I would suckle on his TV because there is a 95% chance there is a milk commercial being played, and I could always use some more calcium. I would not suckle on his TT because I fucking hate this guy.
Do you want to know the best source of calcium?
What's the best source of calcium?
Eating people bones.
Ooh, yum, yum, yum.
Boil them up and have it feel good.
You know what the best source of honorable revenge is?
A 5-on-1 match.
Yes, but we only have 3 members of the crew because the L-Rape Network is not making a lot of money right now. So we're going to do a 3-on-1 match tonight. Rick won the chance to honorably mutilate the crew for his eye last week.
No, I'm talking about the first match, dude.
The first match, 5-on-1?
Yeah, you got to get 5 out of 5 wins, best of, in order to be of unique circumstances.
That is about as much sense as Dario Cueto says when he's creating this match. I think it ends up being a best out of 5. We're talking about the Drago and Aerostar series, which they set up. I think this was 2 episodes ago now, because I don't think they were on the last episode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because Dario says he wants to do it tennis love rules, where like in tennis you can't win unless you beat someone by 2, right? So like if you get to 40 all, it's not next point wins. It has to be next point and then another after that. That's what Cueto keeps saying, but that sounds ridiculous. And a lot of the stuff I'm looking at says just best of 5 series.
Yeah.
So I think that at some point someone just tells Cueto, no, it's too much. Nobody knows what you're talking about. Nobody watches tennis. We're just going to do a best of 5 and move on.
So I made as much sense as Dario, except
Yes.
I'm not hopped up on cocaine. What's better then?
Being dehydrated on cum gutters?
Okay, all right. They're coming in nice, dude. You want to check them out?
Absolutely not.
All right, okay. We'll go to the beach sometime.
Okay. We'll make sure we invite Amanditita because I love her. I love the new band. She's so cool.
Well, it's probably their last episode, though.
That sucks. But I think you are correct.
Because Vampiro says, let's say hey to him one more time.
Oh my gosh. And we say hey to Amanditita before we go to the first match, the aforementioned Aerostar versus Drago. They are each 1-on-1. This is their third contest, and y'all just learned math, you silly bitches.
Yeah, and guys, this entire night is what I called a slam jam, because in so many of my notes, I'm like, they slammed them. They slammed them every single match. There's a slam or three.
Yeah, I'm surprised, because this is a night, it's almost all matches. Very, very few, like, promo packages or, like, backstage stuff happens.
We see a couple.
Did we? I think I only see the one.
The one,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah, there's only one. So when like I get a message from James being like, "This is the best episode of Lucha Underground yet," I was genuinely surprised, because I thought at some point you're gonna be like, "There's a lot of matches, but where's all the drama that I came for?"
No, man, we get so much in that final match. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Oh, it's a very good match. This is also a great match. The Aerostar and Drago, Part 3. It's still the story of Celestial versus Inframundo, Underworld, or according to Vampiro, quote, the dark side from the underbelly of the smut that is the streets of Los Angeles.
Yeah. Some people think dragons come from the sky, though, from space.
That's bullshit. It is the underbelly of the smut of the streets of Los Angeles. The underbelly of the smut, James.
Sharks come from the moon and dragons come from Mars.
Yeah, and the underbelly of smut. Mars is the filthiest place to order porno in the world. Mars is the underbelly of the smut.
It's all legal pornography, not anything disgusting, but I mean, disgusting in legalities. It's also all morally sound. Like, even a shrewd would say, like, oh, that's disgusting, but you want to know what? It's cool. So it's not purely gross and vile, but it still is, in a sense, kind of like it's the Disney version of porn that is smut.
I think you just ruined porn for me, man.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels weird now.
Elevate it. What kind of pornography you into, Sean?
The underbelly of the smut of the streets of Los Angeles.
There we go. I zip, you zap, and Henry zops.
Yes. And so do Drago and Aerostar. It's an interesting match. I think, and we get that story, I think a metaphor of that story, like in the opening exchange, where Drago gets his first licks in with just like some real nasty looking slams. A lot of fold you in half in the back of the corner chair style suplexes.
Ooh, fold me in half like a chair in the middle of the ring, why don't ya?
Yes. But Aerostar is like, I can do that, but I'll do it with like fancy footwork. I'll sort of like position my feet to get you in a good position to suplex.
This is practically Footloose over here, this fancy feats. Or there are a couple penguins.
Absolutely. Mr. Popper is popping off another one for this fucking match.
Did you not get the Happy Feet reference?
Yeah, I did. Clearly.
Happy Feet 2.
That's the Mr. Popper's one.
Yeah, Popper's Boogaloo.
Oh my gosh, these guys feel so fresh each time. And this still feels fresh. It feels like a third exchange. They know each other now, and it is Drago. It's interesting watching Drago sort of go on the chase and Aerostar sort of like fall behind. Sort of perhaps at one point he's running away like a coward would. Yeah, and he git's booed for it. It's still a technical on technical match, but seeing Aerostar have to use his technique of mild cowardice just to avoid the onslaught, the brutality that is the Inframundo-fueled Drago.
He's playing this match like I play most of that Gundam, Journey to some planet within the Gundam universe, where it was so insanely difficult. Sometimes you just had to run away and just like blast off a couple shots until they get down to like a sliver and you're all out of ammunition. So then you have to run in and hope and pray they don't just murk you in 3 hits.
Just like that, yes.
I'll figure out the name of this Gundam game.
Okay. But we do, like... and I think we get there about the second time, because about the time he does do a very, like, run out of the ring spot, cut him off when Drago's chasing him. We get the double down, and they regroup in second gear, pretty much. Like it resets the match into second gear. And it gets so... That's when we start seeing our big dives out to the ring. Our Drago's hitting rope hung DDTs. To that double stomp to the apron from Aerostar. Ooh. So many of these like hot, exciting like second gear spots after that double down, including the big oh my gosh, the Drago bait tope corkscrew. When you know how Drago kind of hangs in the ropes sometimes, like he's one of those little sticky guys that fall down the wall, but he doesn't fall because he's made out of the good sticky stuff.
Come.
Yes. Drago hangs upside down like his back is covered in cum and he can't get off the wall.
The thickest goo.
Ew. But that bait he does, and then and it's so interesting to see. The audience is so aggressively behind Drago when he hits that tope over the ropes, and it's like, man, it's so nice to see. It's kind of like I touched on before. It's so nice to see people like just really feeling what they're doing. And maybe I'm just impressed by people in the moment in wrestling. There's such a beautiful little grin on Drago's face, where he's a little smutty devil of a dragon, but he has such this grin after that bait and switch spot. It thrills my heart to see.
I saw you with that same exact grin when you're like, oh, this raccoon is going to be in the oven when you're improvising at Brunch Prov.
Oh yeah, that's a reference for 3 people who were there.
Oh, there were so many people there. One of them won't remember because that's how stoned they were. But
he was a menage. He was a sweet menace, but a menace.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's Journey to Jaburo is the Gundam game that's very fun up until the last final boss, and then it's nearly impossible.
Love a brutal final boss. Love a final boss that makes me regret playing the entire experience. Oh my gosh.
There's one thing about this match we have not commented on, and that is the commentary. The commentary is so on point this match. It seems like they are both realizing, hey, let's be on the same team as each other and not do this fake back and forth like, oh, I'm the snarky one and I'm the knowledgeable one. Stryker is asking him questions like, hey, you've had experience in these insane matches and you've battled people multiple times. Did you watch opponents' videos beforehand? Asking these questions that will lead to wrestling history.
There is an interesting... something you have to do to sort of fit in the vibe of your show when you become the work rate show. Because at this point, yeah, like TNA is in the grips of Hogan Bischoff. WWE is doing whatever WWE is doing. So in America, this is the work rate. You know, the matches are tight outside of ROH, which is still technically an indie. The matches are tight. People are coming in. Like, you can put on a babyface versus babyface best of 5 series and people be really into it. Mm-hmm. You don't need the melodrama necessarily of a good guy, bad guy. So to fit that aesthetic, to fit that vibe, you need commentary to match that. You don't need the, I'm clearly a bad guy and I'm clearly a good guy. And we sort of we kind of need that like sports analysis. We need to treat the product with that sort of respect. And it's when they work best. When Matt Stryker calls Katrina, a full-grown woman, Katrina, a little girl, they don't work as well. No. Which we also have in this episode.
Yeah, specifically this match is their best commentating.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think it makes the most sense to me, especially because, like, on analysis, they're both amazing. Like, Stryker is a great analyst. He's a great play-by-play. Vampiro has been in the business for so long that his color is insightful and brings so much gravitas to the situation that in this match, which is, again, Technico v Technico, there is no greater storyline other than I wish to be the best and I want whatever this prize is. The twisted offer from Dario Cueto, which Vampiro does remind us that I should have said twisted before. These offers always come with a twist. The twisted offer may come with a twist.
Yeah, and it's Jamie Madrox and other dude. Shit, we forgot to say up front. Hey, guys, We promised we would do Violent J's Bloody Sunday album. However, there was one day this week that I worked 15 hours. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and then didn't stop working until, besides your lunches and whatnot, I didn't stop working until around 9 p.m. So I just had an exhausting week. So yeah, I didn't want to dissect a Violent J album.
And that's very fair. Is then we got to watch this really nice episode that I'm a little on something I should have said up top. I'm kind of worried about filling the time because there's a lot of just really good matches. And it's so much easier to do a podcast when something sucks.
What do you mean? Oh, hey, guess what? If it's a 50-minute record, I don't give a shit, Sean. I want it to be a 50-minute record.
I gotta find a way to stretch this to like an hour 45.
No, I will smack you next time I see you. You'll be like, do we have any suggestions from the crowd? And I'll walk up and smack you and say, get that bit rate out of my goddamn podcasts. Or keep my bit rate out of your goddamn files. There we go. I don't know. You know what I'm implying, the Will Smith smack.
Yeah, sure. Just like how Drago fucking power bombed Aerostar. Like Aerostar said something terrible about his wife, but the power bomb was a slap. Anyway, Drago running sit out power bomb. Big Batista guy, this Drago. Goes to the top rope, is cut off. He's just like, stop climbing from Aerostar. Aerostar climbs to the other corner, and in one of the most exciting and needless moves, which is but it's beautiful, so I don't care. Corner to corner, tightrope run to Frankensteiner Drago, springboard splash, and classic Aerostar move for the 1-2-3 at 8 minutes and 18 seconds.
Ooh.
This series is going to be really exciting. I love these two.
Well, a couple of notes from this is Aerostar went off the top rope into the outside of the ring and then hurt his little butt. He kept grabbing at his butt saying, oh no, I hurt my bottom. And then Drago's like, oh, you might have hurt me real bad, but I can't stop laughing. I'm busting a gut at your butt. And then, getting hit in the nuts, someone does. But then Stryker says, oh man, they hitting each other in the nuts. And Vampiro quickly says, lower abdomen, or maybe the upper thigh.
Reverse lower back, aka the lower abdomen. It's different. That's one of my favorite bits about like wrestling logic is because it all happened in the 90s and all the N64 games. The best move you could do is stomp to the nuts. And she just kind of sitting there playing it as a kid like, I feel like this is illegal, but it's the best sound effect in the game is that big bell ding because we all have ring bells attached to our genitalia. Of course. Yeah, you can't do that, but the match is fire. I don't want to see him stop. I don't want to see the ref call this off. Referee Rick Knox, hand still broken.
More like Dick Cox.
Yeah, you tell him.
Yeah, I'll fight you, Rick Knox. More like Dick Cox.
Yeah, you tell him.
Rick Knox is gonna get knocked, fucker.
Wow, wait, hold on now. I think you went a little far there. Rick sorry.
Knox kick rocks.
Wow. Okay, James. Real quick, Rick. I apologize for my host, my co-host, my friend, my compatriot, my dear one, James, for telling it like it fucking is. Rick Knox kick rocks, you shit cocks.
Dang it! I was hoping you'd keep going. The next thing I was going to say was, you want to know what? I was wrong there. How about I get some salt, put this glass in it, and how about you lick shots? And then you go, oh, that was way too far, James. Oh, no. After I'm like trying to mend things, you're like, no.
Well, what you could have done was you could have gone, Goose, you went a little too far with that one, and then set up the and then I could have been like, James, you went too far. And then this could have been, a perpetual motion bit. But we're trying to keep this to 50 minutes, James. What's wrong? Why would you keep this beautiful bit going? We got to talk about chess limbo.
Oh man, nothing makes me so frustrated as someone who's a little OCD. I go to the barber shop and they're sweeping and they mix locks. No.
Oh, you don't want to talk about chess limbo. You want to do more Rick Knox bits.
You want to know what? Of course Conan is a fucking chess nerd. Come on, get out of here. However, this entire bit of him saying like, oh, the thing in chess is just like the thing in Art of War battle. That's the metaphor so many people have done in the past. Oh, you just need to make sure El Rey, which is a shout out to the network, the king, never gets taken. And it zooms out. Who has he been teaching this entire time? It's our boy Prince Puma. And this makes me so badly want a lucha style movie, like from back in the day that influenced beautiful art like Lucha, not Underground, Los Luchadores.
Sure, the El Santo style films.
Yes, where it is a coming of age Prince Puma movie where he goes to the park and is being taught by this old head this is how you figure out life. It can all be taught through a game of chess.
Honestly, Stand By Me, but the children are Prince Puma, Fénix, Drago, and then Penta is the Corey Feldman, who's he's a little out there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I would watch I made myself excited. I would watch the fuck out of that.
If only we were working for Lowbrow Studios or WWE when they were in partnership with each other, making a little kid WWE movie, TV show. Shorts.
Well, but I don't want to use WWE superstars. I want to use Puma, Fénix, Penta, and Drago.
Okay, well, we could have said, hey, much WWE, much like Rick Knox, you can kick rocks. We're going over. Actually, they all...
Yeah.
Fuck me. If we were working at Lowbrow Studios when they were working on Explosion Jones for the El Rey network, and we could have pitched Little Kid Lucha.
Yeah. And then they would have said, isn't that like Mucha Lucha? And we're like, shut the fuck up. It's nothing like Mucha Lucha. And then we just steal episodes of Mucha Lucha.
It could be Lucha Kids, a cat named Puma Doo. Does anyone start with a Y?
Yeah, Cage.
Because we could do a Yo Yogi, but we would need there's no one named Yolanda. Yolanda.
No, but I could see Brian Cage stealing picnic baskets.
All right. But he doesn't steal in Yo Yogi. He is part of the Laugh Squad, the Lost and Found Squad, and they are working with a young Ranger Smith who works mall security at the Jellystone Mall.
Wait, what is Yo Yogi about?
That's Yo Yogi. It's a detective show. It's so good.
Wait, that's okay.
I'll give you my boomerang password, and you can watch all 16 episodes. I've done it. You should too.
Absolutely. I'll watch all 16 of them, 16 on one. We're going to do it handicap elimination style, just like this next match coming up on the card.
Ooh, but real quick, you could come over and we could trade 3D glasses as we watch the 3D episode of Yo Yogi on VHS.
Oh, that's romantic. As romantic as 3-on-1 in this elimination style match.
Pee on cum.
Yeah, yes, as romantic as pee on cum. It is the Crew versus Big Rick, which is also pretty hot. A lot of history in this one, of course. Big Rick, the original leader of the Crew, before they abandoned him to work directly for Dario Cueto, cutting out the middleman that is Big Rick, burning his eye with his own cigar. He's fucking pissed. I don't blame him. He had to go to the priest, ask for confession before all this. Said, Father, I'm about to sin. I gotta get me my revenge. But he's a different person now. We've seen an honorable side come out of Big Rick after the trauma of being betrayed by his own men, as evidenced by the way he defeated Sexy Star last week. This is the one match, I think, of the whole card that is I feel like there's just so much backstory attached to it. Like, well, no, that's not true. That's not true. The most melodrama, maybe, where there is a certain fantasy element to the headline match. There is a more sports element to that first match. This is the OC, One Tree Hill, Gilmore Girls. He said what? Oh my God, you're going to have to swing a kendo stick at him style of match of the entire night.
Or just trashy reality TV.
Also that. That's also true.
Because that's literally what this is.
The dance moms of matches on the card tonight.
Not dance, Mom. Fear factor, baby. Because you have to overcome your fear of cigars now that you've had one in your eye.
Yeah. Also, everyone here listens to Joe Rogan.
Also, like when my sister sliced me with a knife and then I was afraid of knives, still am to this day.
Oh, cool. I didn't know how to respond. I'm sorry.
Which is weird because I'm like, Mom, if I don't want to get it. I was like 12. My sister cut me real deep on, in quotes, accident. I know what you were doing, Louise. You're trying to take me out, you fuck. So I'm very close with my sister.
I didn't realize your sister writes for the band Franz Ferdinand.
I don't know what that means.
She's trying to take you out?
I don't know what that means.
It was a popular song in the 2000s.
Doubt it, fucker. So,
wow, what a piece of trash. Why don't you go Rick Knox,
all right.
James? All right,
so
cool.
When I got sewed up, I didn't want to get stitches or the shot to cure tetanus. I don't need tetanus. My sister was doing the dishes. It was a clean knife she cut me with.
Of course.
My mom knew I wanted to see Freddy versus Jason badly, so she bribed me with, hey, I'll take you to go see that movie. That movie that is just a man with a large knife running around?
Oh, no. And you just saw the face of your sister over Jason's mask?
Yeah, and then, that pervert with, 5 little knives on their fingers.
Oh, my gosh. Franz Ferdinand, popular band of the early 2000s.
Uh-huh, and he got his revenge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. Are you really? Okay, remind me to never wave knives around in front of you. And remind me to never wave cigars in front of Big Rick.
Yeah, also, quick note to our listeners, never wave a knife in front of anyone unless they ask you to.
I'm into that shit, baby.
Pervert.
That's my kink. True. Stryker compares Rick's cigar to the Book of Exodus, and then immediately asks Vampiro, what his analysis of this match. And Vampiro ignores the question to let us know, pious man, Big Rick is here to kick some ass.
Sean, real quick. I'm into water sports. You're into carnival games when it comes to kinks.
Yes, okay.
Because people throw knives and shit at carnival circuses.
That's not a really game. That's more... Jesus.
I accidentally threw my pen that was in my hand as I was miming throwing a knife.
Yeah. I just want to be the assistant to some sketchy carny. That's all I want to do.
Do it, man. Hit up a Violent J.
Oh, maybe. I have to listen to his album though first, and I'm not ready to do that yet. Yeah, it's an interesting match. Right after the bell rings, Big Rick uses his fingers to remind himself that it's 3-on-1. Like there's this weird moment where he kind of counts them off, and he looks at his fingers. He's like 3, 1, got it. And I'm like, I don't know. You probably could have known that in the back before you came out.
No,
I feel like
he's being written by Hideo Kojima now, so just let everything roll off and just say, "Hey, this is a story ride."
Yeah, that's fair. This is the Metal Gear Revengeance of Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
but yeah, Big Rick just being Big Rick goes on the offensive immediately. Just clubs everyone down to the ground. It takes 2 guys coming at his ankles to drag him down, and it's just it's ugly. This is ugly fighting. Where the first match was very technical, very beautiful. And even though Drago is wrestling an Inframundo, a much more brutal style, there's still a lot of technique going back and forth. And a lot of excitement, a lot of extravagance, spectacularness. This is, to quote Vampiro, prison shower style, excuse me.
Well, he doesn't say the shower style in this match.
Not in this match, no, but he has described this style of wrestling as prison shower style, and I think we need to honor that. I'm into it so far. How do you feel about the match? Sort of I guess just on a baseline before we break down any story beats.
Oh, I really loved this match. The few big pops, if you will, you get, and the ending fucking ripped. And I'm calling it. That I called the ending. Like, these two individuals will become a team.
Ship them, baby. Tag ship them. I don't know what I guess it's still called shipping, where it's not. I don't want to see these two have a romantic relationship, but I want them to tag team. Yeah.
Ooh, tag team someone romantically.
Okay, happy Valentine's Day, you sexy so-and-so.
I told Nicole that we need to thruple a Hannah or a Barbara so we can use them as just like riding coattails to get further in our chosen careers.
Oh, man, I hope you get there.
Me too.
Yeah. Eventually... Yeah, when the crew take over, it's because they're swarming him. It is absolutely the numbers game that gets them their advantage. They lose that advantage when Big Rick blocks a double Irish whip into a chair, and then instead Irish whips Cisco into the chair, absorbs Castro's kendo stick strike. Gets hit with the kendo stick in the back, and instead of going, ow, goes, and then it rips it, and just swings the kendo until it breaks in half.
And he absorbed it like a gelatinous cube in Dungeons and Dragons.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Or like that titty in Biohunter.
I don't know that reference, so yeah.
Listen to This Existed over on patreon.com/MLM pod.
Boom, boom, boom. A Sky High Spinebuster eliminates Bale first at 3 minutes 23 seconds.
No.
I know. Castro and Cisco, they want a double suplex, but Big Rick wants a double suplex of his own. Big reverse. The broken kendo stick assisted lariat. Big Rick just holds the broken kendo stick sort of from his hand to his shoulder and uses that to fucking clothesline the boots off of Castro and eliminates him at 4 minutes 23. I loved that.
I think we also forgot to mention the back stomp DDT assist. That was really cool early on. Mm-hmm. One of them, from the top rope, jumps on Big Rick's back while someone had him in a headlock and DDTs him. It was nice. And guess what? You don't need two eyes to whoop ass, baby.
That's true. You just need a kendo stick and hatred of your former best friends.
There's someone in the crowd screaming, "Whoop that trick! Whoop that trick!" But no one shushes them, and I wish they had.
No, but you know what? Shouts out to the first match. Whoever, there was a spot, it might have gotten cut for TV time. Or maybe this guy just doesn't understand "you fucked up" chants. Because at some point, Aerostar whiffs on his, he attempts the springboard splash twice. The first one, he whiffs. Drago rolls out of the way. And it's so weird because there are two dudes really close to the camera who laugh very obnoxiously.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and then there's a "you fucked up" chant. But again, it's that's reserved for actual mistakes. I'm pretty sure Drago was supposed to avoid his finisher because the match wasn't supposed to end yet. They had another 3 minutes of action planned.
Well, "you fucked up" chants are also when you start courting a woman and then she double crosses you with another man and they start screaming at the cuckolded person, "You fucked up! You fucked up!"
That's also true, but that situation was not present in the Drago Aerostar match. As far as we know, Drago might be cucking Aerostar or vice versa. Maybe that's what this really is about.
You didn't see that little Cupid up in the sky saying, "Oh, which one will win my love?"
Oh wait, they're courting specifically Cupid?
Yeah.
So this is, oh my gosh. And that's gonna be the story of watching Cupid, who's always played matchmaker, is Hello Dolly. This is Hello Dolly of professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's how charismatic these two individuals are. Cupid is no. They aren't getting anyone, but I can only have one. Match it out.
Well, speaking of charisma, Mr. Cisco must be charismatic to Big Rick because he is the light of his eye. Oh, excuse me. I meant to say he is the guy who burned out Big Rick's eye. And now he is alone in the ring with this guy. And he wisely says, "Fuck that." He waves it off. He's going, but he's walking up the stairs. He's gonna take off his shitty underpants that he just pooped in and leave it in Chavo's bag.
Hell
and
yeah.
I don't blame him. Big Rick's the scariest guy. However, Sexy Star appears.
I will say real quick, that is against the disrespect that Chavo deserves. You are supposed to be intentionally pooping in his bag, not an afterthought of, whoa, I pooped my pants, I'll throw that in there. No, just steamy loafers straight from rectum to inner workings of this bag.
Intention matters. That's why this crew, they're not just rudos. They're something extra. They're capitalists. The most vile form of heels in professional wrestling. They're just doing it for money and convenience, baby.
Yeah, it's like when you poop yourself in school and you throw away the underwear, there's an intent there that's not going to give you any brownie points, browning points, which would be like, hey, I'm going to just take a shit directly into this trash can.
Yeah. Speaking of taking a shit directly into the trash can of Chavo Guerrero, Sexy Star, one of the original fuck this guy babyfaces against the heel Chavo, appears at the top of the ramp and beats Mr. Cisco back to the ring. It just gives him a few of the internationals. I put my hand in the crook of my elbow and then I turn it up and that means fuck you.
Yeah.
Big Rick with the wind-up punch just immediately puts Mr. Cisco down and busts him wide open.
You had a quick Bugs Bunny speech impediment. You said Big Wick. Well, guess what? Big Rick needs a big wick to light them cigars.
Yes. And he's gonna light up Mr. Cisco in a moment. He sets up the chair. He picks him up. Mr. Cisco he's sleeping. He has been sent to the dream realm after that first punch. Big Rick, though, he remembers his eye. He just starts popping him. And just like the way he's stiff punches, like into the bleeding head, this sad-looking bleeding head of Cisco before the Uranagi slam through the chair. Massive dent. It is unsittable. And Mr. Cisco is unanswerable for a 3 count. He loses at 6 minutes, 17 seconds.
Ooh, imagine someone taking out that many guys that quickly.
Yes, Big Rick's powerful as hell. And like also watching him laugh and sort of like give the big hands up when he sees Sexy Star bring Mr. Cisco back to the ring. There's something very endearing about, I'm gonna murder this man. Hooray. I'm happy. I'm gonna get my revenge. I guess so. It's very sweet in a very like. There's an interesting contrast of a very happy Big Rick and knowing what's about to happen to Mr. Cisco as soon as he gets back in the ring. Oh, I loved it. It was sweet.
It was real good. And that chair slam, no thank you. As a viewer, I don't want to see that.
Oh, I love those spots.
Because it's like there's no way to fake what just happened. It's just, you landed on an area that is more easily damaged and landing on a body part that has a little more give to it. It just is, no. There's cool shit to be done that you don't need to permanently ruin your body for.
Respectfully, I mean, I definitely agree that you don't need to ruin your body for stuff. But the chair is not a traditional steel chair.
Okay.
It is of a lighter material, so it does give bend. And it's so funny. Those aren't the spots that usually get injured. It's usually because like it all permanently injures your body because there's no reason you should be taking these back bumps anywhere. The next match we're about to see, none of the things that they do is what the human body is designed to do. It's this gamble you take when you do this form of entertainment. And it's why, like, as fans, I'm always very grateful because it's a wild toll on the body. But it's always so funny because, like, I think that specific, those Uranagis through the chairs look so good. And it's so funny. Not funny, I guess tragic. When you think about a lot of injuries, it can be from spots like this. But a lot of times it's like something a little more basic. Or hell, it was making the rounds on Twitter recently. The Kevin Nash blows out both quads, walking to make a tag. And like obviously that part of that is like, a culmination of injuries over the years. But yeah, it's fair if this makes you squeamish. I apologize. I also don't want to kink shame any other wrestling fans who love that chair spot. I'm with you guys too. But if that one also makes you squeamish, that's totally fair.
I'm not with you. I'm with her. Meaning that Joaquin Phoenix vehicle, maybe, wasn't that? No?
I don't follow the career of Joaquin Phoenix. I thought you were talking about her Katrina because we're about to get to our main event.
No, the Spike Jonze movie, her with Sandra. No,
I said, oh, is Sandra Bullock in there? No, she's not.
No, it's the one lady.
Oh, of course, the one lady. She was in the movie.
Do everything. It was Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. I can't believe you tried telling me it wasn't.
That was a conversation you had with yourself, and I was just here for it.
Olivia Wilde's in there, and Spike Jonze directed, and is in it. I can't believe you tried gaslighting me, Sean.
You know who's on Lucha Underground next week? Our favorite wrestler. He's a problem. Alberto Del Rio defends his AAA Mega Championship against Tejano. But we also have Puma and Cage in a Boyle Heights street fight for the Lucha Underground Championship.
Ew.
And as soon as I'm really glad they actually did in the reverse order. They announced the AAA and then the Lucha Underground. So maybe go, aw, yay. It was a wild ride of emotion. Before we begin, the wildest ride of emotion, grave consequences, casket match, Mil Muertes versus Fénix with Katrina.
You got to listen to the Rugrats soundtrack. You'd know that Rakim song, Wild Ride. Rugrats always dangerous. Dum, 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 dangerous.
I sure would. But I'm too busy. I'm too busy watching this match where the winner is the first luchador to put opponent into the coffin and then shut the lid.
Oh.
I loved, by the way, so the match, when the match starts, it is a procession of, the casket is brought out via a procession of, I have the name here, Faces of Death, which are men and women in Day of the Dead makeup, and then two of them are on stilts. The one on stilts aren't helping with the casket, but they're on stilts, and that's pretty cool.
Wait, this isn't the video nasty Faces of Death?
Oh, I mean, it kind of is, actually. It gets there.
Oh yeah, in the end, yes.
It is a brutal, very fucking brawl. I'm curious when you sent me that message that I'm loving this episode. Was it this match or was it before?
It was all of it, but specifically this match. Holy Christmas. I don't like it when people go out into the crowd and whatnot. Just Mil somehow makes everything work. He's so good.
Yeah, this is a big Southern brawl influence brawl through the crowd. It's a casket match. So if you're familiar with Undertaker stuff from the WWE, that's the rules of the match. But I don't know if I've ever seen a casket match brawl through the crowd like this. This was multiple times they go through the audience. At one point, Mil is Sabu tossing chairs into Fénix's face in front of a lovely family in this second row. And it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful, brutal brawl.
This match starts out with Fénix walking down, and before he can even get in the ring, Mil jumps out, punches, and bell rings, and Mil takes him, and then immediately you hear Vampiro say, "Oh shit!" And then the camera pans over because Mil is about to just slam him into the commentating table. And I was like, yeah! And I love Vampiro just knowing what is exactly about to happen. He's like, oh, we need to stand up and move our shit or we will be screwed.
Yeah, I think they're immediately if we don't come back, we're sorry, but they're going to destroy our precious table. Mil crushes it. I was not a Mil fan when we started this podcast, and I'm so glad we're watching Lucha Underground, and I get to see more of Mil Muertes. This match is insanely good and wonderful, and I'm horny in the best ways possible for the violence in this match.
Oh, just like Dario Cueto.
Mm-hmm.
Daria Cueto. She just sasses her parents while snorting cocaine.
And Mil Muertes is standing on the Man of 1,000 Lives. I think this is the first, I think they alluded to it. I think this is the first time he's been introduced to the ring with that. I might be wrong.
Oh, I've heard it multiple times. So unless
on his way to the ring?
Unless it's in promo packages, I have not.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's what it is. I don't know why that makes it more official to me. Like, yeah, you can call me whatever you want in your promo packages, but what do you call me when I get to the ring?
What would I be called in the ring?
Piece of shit.
Okay. Piece of shit, marshland monster.
Yeah, and then you have like an upright bass that you were fingering a second there in the air that the audience couldn't see.
What would you be called?
Sexy piece of shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm the one with cum gutters over here, okay?
Yeah, and I'm the one with gutter comes, baby.
Oh, dang. It's just like a leafy cum that comes out of you. That you literally that's how you clean out your gutter. That is your penis. You have a gutter dick, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm gutter dick as fuck.
Gutter mouth hose. Gutter mouth hose. That's an old Lissa Sear TC of Never Dead Click and Demonic song that Lissa Sear's like, yeah, if I could go back in time, wouldn't make that song.
Yeah, and you would know that if you listen to the Rugrats soundtrack, you fools.
Mm-hmm. You better believe when they're jetting down inside of the little Reptar wagon.
Yeah.
Down this, they're not screaming yo ho ho and a bottle of yum. They're singing gutter mouth hose. Gutter mouth hose.
This match is awesome. This match is so fucking awesome. What's up?
Did you know that being involved in vampire cults most of your life will weigh heavy on you? Which we find out from Vampiro, which he was just playing Vampire the Masquerade, right?
I imagine. Wait, I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Oh, Vampiro says, like, oh, all this dark art stuff that Mill is into, take it from me, being involved in vampire cults most of my life.
I missed this. Hold on. I missed this entirely. It's so hard, but the match is really good. I get distracted. I miss some of the wild shit Vampiro says.
He says that, and like right afterwards is when that first coffin slam happens, when Fénix is going to spear a Mill from outside of the ring.
The running suicida spot that I've never seen countered like this before in my life.
It's countered because Mill just picks up this coffin from one end and just uses it as a shield, puts it all the way up perpendicular with the ground, and Fénix just slams into it like he's a bird. This is like a bird to a window.
Yes. The difference, though, a window cracks, the coffin dents.
Yeah.
Like the coffin is dented from this man's face.
I truly thought that when they went to open or close the coffin, it was not going to open properly or it was not going to close properly from how dented it becomes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very well-made. They might have spent a little too much money on the coffin. The paint job was beautiful, but the actual coffin itself, it's like a very well-made coffin. But man, it looks fucking great. And they do the match, for all you Mil Muertes fans out there, they do the match really well. Of the what is the story of 1,000 lives versus 1,000 deaths? It's a lot of Mill. It's a lot of Mill bullying Fénix. Right after that is when, the face first into the coffin is when Mill rips the mask open.
Yes.
In a very shitty, disrespectful way. And then, so Fénix is bleeding after he went face first into the coffin. Then his mask gets ripped open like a clamshell. And then Mill is biting the forehead where the blood comes from. And he does it a lot. Like, he is cannibalizing our sweet baby cat boy.
So this is when I wrote down, this match is brutal because they make such an emphasis, as they should, on the mask being a head, like being ripped off. Imagine like the skin of an individual being peeled, and that person has to kind of like mat it back down so it's not flopping in the wind. That's what it's like in this match, because there is also blood underneath that mask now. So it's intense. Even watching with my orange blue light blocking shit, it was still disgusting in all the best ways.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, the face first into the coffin is not what makes Fénix bleed. It's when Mill takes the hook off of the turnbuckle to use it as a weapon. So as the bottom rope, he essentially nullifies the bottom rope. And now he just has this fucking hard metal hook that he either brains Fénix in the head with or chokes him while biting him in the forehead, so like cool. Hanging him. It's so brutal. And and then they go to the outside. Also, at a certain point, Mill just starts dragging the coffin with him wherever they go. Like, just in case. You never know when you might need a coffin. When I might need to end this match.
Guys, I don't need multiple of my friends being all sad, carrying me to my grave. No, just hire Mil Muertes to drag me on the ground in my coffin, because this man can single-handedly do that.
Yes. And also, bonus points if Rey Fénix is there running away. He's just chasing Rey Fénix with James's body in the back in tow. Yeah, and it really does it feels like as soon as they get to the outside, I mean, honestly, as soon as they got to that coffin spot where he blocks Fénix's suicida, this match felt special.
Uh-huh.
When they go to the outside for this first time, it's fucking like it's innovative. It feels new, but it also feels like if you're an older school fan, or you're like old school Terry Funk, like Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, brawl. Like, not just brawl around the ring, straight up war between two men on the outside. Ugh.
I think I know why this feels new and why I enjoy it so much. The way in which it's shot, they have like a crane above. What do they call those?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forget what they're actually called.
Cameras that are on like ropes that can kind of do. They're on like an X and Y axis. Yeah, like a zip line. Yeah. It's shot like that, so you get these beautiful sweeping over the crowd looking at. It's not like someone trying to run up with a handheld camera looking at this to make it feel exploitive in a way of like, oh, we're on the streets and we're seeing this for real. Like it's an actual war footage. No, this is being shot on film, it looks like. That's why I think this is elevated above just those late 90s bullshit matches that I don't enjoy, that are just strung out. Oh my God.
This is ECW, but professionally done. Which the ECW, I don't think was even. Did they exploit their exploitative nature? Yes. Do I think most of that was done because they had no budget, so they couldn't really afford?
Yeah.
Whereas, and we're not, and don't forget, we're not touring. We're at the temple every show, so they have tricks. They have here's our best angles for this area of the temple. Here's our trick to make sure the camera is facing the right way in this area of the studio, which is one of the advantages of studio wrestling. But it is. It is so nice. That's a great point. It's ECW. Is ECW looked good.
And that's my biggest issue with ECW, minus, the interstitials of people talking.
Yeah, well, how dare people talk?
Get out of here. Just do your cool wrestling and fuck off.
That surprises me. I did not think you would be that. I much figured you would be I want the good talking.
It's because they're being too edgelordy. I want the campiness of a Tekken opposed to, we're the hardest fuckers out here and we're going to eat your ass. I mean, we're going to stomp your ass with our hard our cool maneuvers.
Yeah, a little more Raven, a little less testosterone-fueled guy number 3.
I want glow, but fantastic wrestling. That's what I'm looking for. Someone gimme.
Or because even in something like this, I feel like a reminder that because Bill comes to the ring with the sacred stone, Katarina left it in him before disappearing into the mirror. That's some Tekken shit. That it's this big violent brawl, but there is so much backstory and a mix of like fantasy and just high stakes fucking melodrama soap opera style shit. Whereas like you stole my woman, you've cuckolded me. Also, I need that woman to maintain my immortal lifespan with the assistance of my magic rock.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to get into all the supernatural side of it, we'll just say you stole my woman, you know?
When they were up top the first time and Mill is trying to like throw him off from a 1-story ledge, Vampiro just goes, he's gonna kill him! He's gonna throw him off!
He was gonna kill him. That was terrifying. I was so scared. And then, because Fénix blocks it, and Mill just instead throws his head into an air vent, which also looked terrible. It looked so, so good. It looked so brutal. Because Fénix, it's still all Mill. Fénix is just limping. He's just trying to not die, but doing a bad job of it.
He should have.
Oh man, but you know what he could have, because he's a man of 1,000 lives, so just keep coming back. I love this guy so much.
Hey, you want to know what? Garfield, I see him, I shoot him once. He comes back. Oh, guess what? Good thing there's 10 more in the chamber, or 8 more in the chamber.
Hey.
I'm kidding. If you're trying to kill Garfield, you should come with a goddamn artillery.
Mm-hmm. Or just do you think Odie could kill? I feel like Odie could kill Garfield as long as Odie was not trying to kill Garfield.
Oh yeah, like a Mr. Magoo style.
Yes, Odie could Mr. Magoo Garfield to death if he had to.
I once, because Nicole has bad eyesight, and when we started hanging out, I did not know she had alopecia. So she would like squint and look at stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, like, you're like my Mr. Magoo. And then she said, oh, no, I don't like that nickname. No, I don't like Mr. Magoo. And then in retrospective, I'm like, oh, Nicole doesn't like the Mr. Magoo because it also implies a blind, bald man. And that's what she was in her own mind.
Oh, she's no Mr. Magoo. She's Nicole, who's like 1,000 times better.
She's not accidentally like knocking things over and somehow miraculously, without knowing, evading death every day of her life.
Yeah, she's no babies. She's no Mr. Magoo. She's baby's day out, because it's always a day out when you're with Nicole, baby. I didn't think that one through. Fucking.
I'm just not giving Sean anything, and he's defeated.
Yeah, it's okay. Fénix fights his way. Yeah, I'm Fénix after getting his head slammed against the air vent. He's just kind of like crawling, limping. Eventually finds his way back into the ring. But that's where he's dangerous, is the problem. And Mill recognized that. If there is a top rope, Fénix can fly off of it. Mm-hmm. I have the advantage on the outside. And so he takes him back to the outside, and he drags the coffin. Oh, I'm sorry. Before Fénix ends up taking a belly-to-belly suplex to the coffin set up in the corner, and the coffin dents some more. It's like, fucking A, man. And then they go to the outside again, and they brawl in the balcony again. And that's when Mill starts throwing Fénix into the metal guardrail and slamming his head into it. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. He's gonna run out of blood.
What if when you said that, Jesus came down and he was like, what's up, man? You said me? You called for me?
And then I point to the screen. He'd be like, oh shit, you're watching Lucha Underground? Let's fucking go. Fénix is my boy. And I said, you would be a Fénix boy.
I thought, like, in context of us right now, when you point at the screen and he's like, okay, yeah, James, what about him?
Oh, you say, is that Marge Land Monster? That's my fucking boy. We watched this Veggie Tales together, and it was a fun time. Would you watch Veggie Tales with Jesus if he came down?
Yes. Comatose also, we brought it up on Bible Man of him saying, hey, you need to corner the market on Christian media. You need to figure something out about that. And I said, we tried. Sean and I had a Veggie Tales podcast. It went 2 episodes. Then Sean said, I can't keep seeing this propaganda. And then Comatose said, you want to know what? Yeah, that tracks. That makes sense.
It's aggressively bad. We don't have time to get into all my issues with Larry the Cucumber. I'll fucking eat him dry. I don't give a shit.
I hope he's not dry, like he's a cucumber.
Fénix finally starts. What's not dry is my panty. Yep.
Real quick, even if he's dry, that's just like cucumber chips. It's still good.
Hey, man, you know what else is fucking good? Brave Fénix jumping off of everything to start some advantage, to start fighting back. The second time he goes into the crowd, he hits like a standing swanton. Stryker calls it the grave consequences. After he gets thrown headfirst into the metal grate, he lands 2 super kicks before a standing moonsault. And this is the 1,000 lives of Fénix. He has been taking through hell and then hell again and then hell a third time.
No.
But he's still fighting. Because Katarina sets up beforehand. The reason Fénix needs this match is because Fénix needs to kill Mill or Mill will kill Fénix. Like, it's that simple. You made an enemy of a man who will not stop until you're dead. So you need to kill him. And whether or not we believe Katarina or not, we have enough evidence to be like, yeah, Fénix should probably kill this man before he kills Fénix. Mm-hmm. Unless you're James, of course, in which case you're waiting for Fénix to fucking die betraying Mill. Yeah, I know you were.
You better believe I screamed no as quietly as I could as to not wake up Nicole when we get to the end of the match.
Yeah, which is right about here. Stryker by the way, real quick shout out to Stryker offering the analysis, which again, it's great when they're very analytical. Stryker is sort of like he's in this very serious like science brain, like math equations flying through his head. Mill's advantage is on the outside. Fénix's advantage is on the inside. Mill knows that. Vampiro, what do you think? And Vampiro just like is quiet for a moment. It just goes, "Death will find you anywhere, man." Just Jesus. True.
It's like, get out of here, you juggalo edgelord.
And that's when, and it's a 1, 2, 3, because immediately afterwards, that's when Stryker comes in with the, how about Katrina, the tough little girl?
Yeah.
So it's like, get out of here, you fucking pervy jazz rat bastard. Not a Chad, a Chaz.
A jazz rat.
Mm-hmm. He is a jazz rat, that Mad Stryker.
Always going to those jazz clubs, giving his favorite musicians a little gram of heroin as thanks.
Yeah, and kind of like Mill threw that clothesline to Katarina as a thanks. One of the things that helps Fénix take over is when he ducks a clothesline, Mill ends up laying out Katarina, and she is like doubled over, and he shows a moment of concern, and Fénix immediately takes over Inzaguri. And then they cut back to Katrina, and she's like licking the blood off her lips, kind of smirking. And it's such an again, things we could not do in ECW because we did not like, or a lot of companies that would like do death matches like this, like CZW even, to have the scale, both definitely the skill. Like whoever is directing and like setting up these shots knows what they're doing. This is not their first time on a TV production. And it shows that they do such a good job of melding the wrestling world and the television world. Because that specific shot of Katrina being like, you kicked him in the head? Good. And which is why when Mad Stryker is calling her out as a tough little girl, when she is setting up the coffin, she is opening the lid. Again, the winner of this match is the wrestler to push their opponent into the coffin, then close the lid on them. Meanwhile, Fénix inside the ring, his advantage. Mill on the apron, kind of in between, almost towards his advantage, but not quite. He's a little in between worlds right now. They're fighting. They're duking it back and forth. Eventually, Fénix gets Mill doubled over. He climbs the top rope, double stomped to the bent over Mill, who collapses into the coffin. And who but Katrina? After licking the sacred stone and throwing it into the box with him, closes the lid on Mill and his life at 14 minutes and 45 seconds, and James quietly screams, "No, Mill, why?"
The only thing that makes me excited is to see how he is going to reemerge. And I hope he reemerges as just a truly demonic figure out for blood of anyone who helped these two.
So like just he's Mill, but even more. So this was like Mill Frieza stage 1. Now he's coming back as Mill. Now, how would you feel? I would like to pitch the other way. Now, what if, just what if, he comes back and now because he's been killed, he's been cleansed of the Mil Muertes, man of 1,000 deaths. He's just Pascual Mendoza. He's a nice guy. He's got like khakis and like a nice little polo shirt. And he's just like real. He's like real into like Zen gardens. Would you still be into him?
Maybe, but I hope what happens is he becomes untethered from the Katrina of it all and becomes kind of like a revenant where his mission is to take both of them down, and then he is able to part from this world and go about living a happy afterlife.
See, and I just kind of hope he comes back as a suburban dad with a nice hobby. But that's the cool thing about wrestling, is that there's something for everyone.
No, get that out of here. Unless that nice hobby is kissing me.
Aww. After the match, Fénix, of course, celebrates, and Katrina, with the look only a woman who's just killed her husband with her lover, a himbo mythical birdman, can give, as she follows the faces of death carry the coffin out of the temple. And that is Lucha Underground episode 19, Grave Consequences.
Ooh, it was a great one, and maybe next week will be a stinker as we maybe do Violent J's Bloody Sunday.
Ooh, I can only imagine as we go into, I don't know, it might be, what if it might be amazing.
The songs are so long, I think it's 13 songs, but 79 minutes, something like that. It's like, cut some of that shit. And some of the beats are like 60 beats per minute. And still so long. It's like, edit yourself.
Oh man. Well, I'll let you guys know right now, I don't edit myself. Over on twitch.tv, GooseVK, you get the real deal. I'll tell you how it is. I'll tell you what I think of you. And what I think of you is you're great.
Yeah, no, Sean's censoring himself. He thinks all of you guys are jabronis.
All of you guys are marks. You fucking marks. I hate you.
Hey guys, head over to patreon.com/MLM pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content, podcasts, I should say, every single Friday. And this month of March, oh my God, just like last March when we did nothing but This Existed, reviewing the beautiful Three Ninjas franchise, we are diving into Trauma Entertainment. You got yourself, for each Friday, This Existed, Lil Corey and I, Class of Nukem High, Father's Day. Maybe Sean will be on that if he's available Wednesday. Who knows?
I think so. I have to double check. Sorry. Life's weird.
Monster in the Closet, Beware Children at Play, and then for our straight to Patreon, for our $10 patrons, Nicole will be joining us to discuss one of the only trauma movies she enjoys, The Evolved Part 1.
Nice. Very nice. Very cool. Very nice. Why aren't you over there when you could be over there? You fucking marks.
Yeah. And also new Dragon Boy Suede Marshland Monster song. Actually, it's me making the beat and I engineered it, but he's the only rapper on it, called Adwala, coming out March 24th. That's a Friday.
Ooh-wee. I didn't have more to add. I'm just very excited. I don't want to pollute the soundscape with my voice when you could be listening to that song.
Yeah, and we could be listing off our $10 patrons, starting with, guess what? We're changing it up. Alex Z the Waz, because she upped her pledge. I will not say how much it is. It could be $1, it could be $5, nothing more than that. Then we have Steve F.
Don't join a vampire cult.
Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour.
Don't join a vampire cult.
Orion, he's a rapper, Defo, D-F-O.
Please don't join a vampire-cult.
Kayla, AK2 Grapes.
Certainly don't join two vampire cults.
Jordan B, the Chaos Witch.
It sounds chaos fun, but don't join a vampire cult.
Join a witch cult, baby. Oh Please. My God. It's my brother in common law, my bickle, Joshua Jakis.
Oh my gosh, please don't join a vampire cult.
Steve Barnes of Sweet Child of Time. Check that out.
Yeah, if Steve can join a vampire cult.
Oh, my God. The mother in which is mine, my mom.
Please don't join a vampire cult, mommy.
Lil Corey's BFF and roommate, Shane.
Shane, don't join a vampire cult. Don't do it.
That Fed.
Don't you dare join a vampire cult.
And go follow him on twitch.tv/Corwinning. It's Corwin.
Corwin, don't you even think about joining a vampire cult. You're too busy Corwinning.
Yeah, I've been James.
I'm still Sean.
And we've been Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. Bye. I am recording.
So, like, is Corpse the new Ashton Kutcher show, you think? Possibly, maybe?
Explain yourself.
Okay, so, like, Ashton Kutcher, America's sweetheart. We know him. We love him. We want to see him in more projects. We can't do Punk anymore because Punk is dead. Am I right?
Yeah.
Punk is dead, baby.
Punk is not, but where is the Corpse coming from?
So what we're going to do is put him on TV, and the first name that I came up with was Corpse, which I'm pretty sure is how they came up with the TV show named Punk. So
that's a phrase people say is you got punked.
I never heard of that before. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.